Hey everybody, I'm gonna try to do a really quick treat bag, bait bag, training bag review of a whole bunch of different ones in like 5 minutes. I think we as trainers are always looking for the perfect training bag to take on walks and train dogs, and owners too. However, I think sometimes those might be a little different based on, what we do as a profession and what you just walking your own personal dog might need. So I'm going to jump right into my progression of treat bags. So after the standard bucket bags, I'm talking about, like, just they're round, it's just a top hole. Sometimes there's like a drawstring thing in there that you always pick up instead of the treat. I went to these because I learned about this Hinge. There was a product made that ended up getting bought out by a company who I didn't really align with their values anymore, so I didn't really want to buy from them. This bag was made from a girl on Etsy called Give a Dog a Home. I think she's really awesome, and she also makes the vests that I recommend for people that say like in training on them because they're really light. So these are handmade. You can pick your colors. She also can put words on there for you. And so I used to sell these. The problem is over time they did increase in price, and it was a little bit unaffordable, I think, for most people that just wanted to use it for walking, because these were ended up at the end around $45, just my cost. So anyway, these go around the waist. I like it because the hinge stays open. This one got pretty weak, which is why I kind of stopped using it. Plus these things were falling off. This front pouch here, or front Velcro section there, is for my keys. I would put my keys in there. And the problem with that was that the keys, which mine aren't that big, they really made it difficult for me to get my treats out because it kind of pushed in there, so then I couldn't get my treats. And this kind of the Velcro kind of started getting weak as well. But this one does hold this is just a spacer for my phone, really nicely, just like that. So it just slides in there, sorry. It just slides down in there. So if someone calls you need to get your phone out, it's right here. I do like that. I don't like my phone being behind a zipper. It's just kind of a pain. So I do like this one. Your treats don't spill out. And there are these little side pockets right here that you can put your poop bags and stuff like that in there. So there's 2 of these on the side as well. So these changed and progressed over the years a little bit. And again, the price did go up, and she made the front zipper, which I think was a lot better. Still had some of the same struggles. This one, the hinge still works really well. Some of the same struggles with when I had something big in the front, I could hardly get my treats out. I also learned about these silicone treat things. This did help my bags last longer. So instead of that kind of greasy treat thing being in there, I use these. The great thing about these, they stand up on their own, and you can literally reach in there and shut this with one hand, which is so nice. And then you don't have to keep taking these out and pouring them back in the original container so they don't dry out, because this keeps them nice, so they don't get all dry and gross. And it makes it a lot less stinky. Those of us that do this all day, I don't always want to smell I say I smell like beef sticks and dog slobber. So same though, everything else is the same. There's still that that little slide area right back here for my phone. And even though it's not behind a zipper, it would never fall out because it's closest to your body, and it's just really easy access. So I like that. But again, price. So then I started using this bag, less expensive bag, more affordable for owners. Doesn't have near enough space, especially if I ever need to take a tennis ball or anything like that. Poop bag side over here, just a little pouch there, a little extra one over there. Your treats go right in. I do like the fabric inside. It's much easier to wash. And then there's this back Velcro in there, but it is not big enough. So my phone sticks out pretty far when you put it in. So it sticks out pretty far, and then the magnet closure doesn't work. So there's and the reason I stopped using this one is because this magnet fell and so it didn't magnetize anymore. So then I get some treat spillage and so on. And again, there's not a real good spot for my keys. Once I try to get my keys in there and try to get in there to get any food or any treats out of there, it becomes nearly impossible to get them out. It's just way too tight. However, these are more affordable than other ones. So if I put these in here, they barely fit, and I don't really have a lot either. They don't really fit. And then it just really takes up, you can see, I barely have, there's where that keys are. I barely have any room to get down in there and get my treats. Much easier to wash, and they do print them. They can imprint them, which is kind of nice. I think this could be really good for clients. The other thing is the belt. You can have a belt or not. It does have a clip. So for those people that would really just rather not wear it around their waist but clip it on, that has that option, whereas the other ones didn't. And guys tend to like that, so that can be a bonus, and they come in all colors too, which is nice. Again, that one wasn't my favorite because I couldn't ever carry extra stuff, especially if I had my phone and my keys. That was a mess. I barely had any room for my hand at all. So then I went to this Sipsy Wilder, where I see them on, they make all kinds of waist bags, just regular waist bags. And this one's more like the dog training line. I really like this one for a long time. You can see it's well loved. Of course, it goes all the way around the waist. It has a front pouch with plenty of room. So a zipper section there, a couple of extra layers there, so separations. This is where I keep my toenail trimmers and things like that. Basically, it's just kind of not holding up very well. So this zipper thing came off, and it zips both sides. I just feel like I don't need that much. I don't need that many options. And in this section here is for your treats. I do like this back here, this little mesh area, because my phone goes right there, which is really nice. And I never use this poop bag section over here, which could come out because the fabric is so thin that it would just keep coming out of there. It just didn't really hold it in there very well, if that makes sense. And I would get this whole roll in my bag. I really like this one for a long time. The thing I didn't like about it is it sticks out so far from my body. Especially, I know it's not full right now, but I get that silicone thing in there, and then my keys up here, and ooh, it just sticks out so far. And the main reason, you probably can't see very well, they're fully adjustable on both sides, and they have these things that keep this from flapping around, but they're just elastic, so they don't stay. It's not like that it's gonna hold it there. So eventually I just have these things flapping all the time, which I'm wearing black today. You might not be able to see as well, but it's just like a small little thing that I just don't like about it. It just makes it more frustrating to use for me. So I just recently invested in this one, and I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce the name, but it's Piski W. Kreski. It's actually out of Poland. I'd been on the research looking for a new bag that had all the things that I wanted. So things that I wanted, right? This is that kind of an adjuster. So I don't have any flappies, which is great. And it doesn't stick out so far, which again is great. And so it's a little more closer to my body. It still has a back pouch for my phone. That has a zipper. I think if I were gonna make this bag, I wouldn't have a zipper there. I could just put my phone back there, but in here are two sections. I'm just separated by some fabric, so I can put that silicone thing in there, and I can set my phone on the inside if I want to, like maybe if it's sprinkling or something. The bonus to this one is that these, and I bought two of them. I bought this colored one, and then I bought just a plain black one. This front thing comes off with these it's very nicely done, but it's very expensive. It's like this thing with another black thing like this was $100. So But again, this is something I use every morning on my walk and also like in my line of work. So, you know, I use it every day, all day. So this is the actual treat pouch. I just put my nail trimmers in here for right now. It's nice fabric on the inside, so it just can be literally wiped out and wiped clean, which is really nice. I actually think I'm gonna keep mine in the silicone that I use and put it in there like I normally do, because that keeps them fresh and then I don't have to worry. But this can still be used for my keys and such in the front. I didn't like that this pocket was a little small to reach in for treats, but again, this would be great for like an owner, you know, or just if it's you and your own dog. And this one's got a really nice, substantial, very, very well sewn like D-ring on the side as well. So if you're waist walking anyway, this is a nice option if you had a double-ended leash. So anyway, that's my review of like 5 treat bags plus the bucket one that I didn't have a version of, but that's my review. So let me know what you think. Oh, this girl, I found her on Etsy. So have a great day.